Oh my God,
Oh
guys,
shit, it's
get in here.
me.
What are we
What
doing?
game?
It's me.
What are we
Come
He
on,
pulled
doing?
it,
What are
Sean.
Tommy.
we
He pulled it.
doing?
Fine. Give him a fine.
Usually we
Yep.
don't
All
go
right,
straight from
you
just
get
I
a
the
wasn't
last,
tip
Sean.
gonna say
game of the
shit.
week,
I
but
knew it was
okay,
gonna
here
be a
we are.
fine. I took the dead air for the fine.
For the fine.
I'll
For
take
the
it.
fine.
But-
Sean is sneaking up on Ty Bob.
oh, I gotta
Let's
start. Oh,
go.
Ty Bob.
That's a
We gotta start
close
catching you
race.
on your words,
We got to
man.
pay attention to
All
that
right,
down the stretch.
Steelers versus Ravens here, baby. Steelers versus Ravens. Battle for the AFC North right here. First division game for the Steelers of the year. Lamar Jackson is 1-4 against the Steelers in his career. That's not good. He gets a lot of happy feet for some reason against the Steelers defense. I don't know
For some
why.
reason, it's TJ Watt, but
I mean,
Yeah.
but
Oh, fuck that guy.
obviously, I'm not trying to give the Steelers too much credit here, okay? Lamar Jackson gets the happy feet. TJ Watt's the reason why, but it's also the Steelers defense. They just play him differently than they play any other quarterback, and he's not used to that defense ever, although he plays them twice a year. For some reason, he just struggles against them mightily. Uh, Steelers got Preston Smith. He got a sack last week. They got forgetting his name now, another cornerback that came back last week from an 8-week, 9-week suspension. They're looking pretty damn good on defense, and Russell Wilson is throwing the ball really well to the deep targets. That's about it. He can manage the game pretty well, but he finds George Pickens and Mike Williams pretty
I mean, he
easily.
still threw a pick on a deep ball last game too. Like he's hit or miss. Like
He's hit or miss, but that deep ball looks so pretty right now in Pittsburgh, and it did not look like that at all in Denver. He's back to his Seattle day a little bit. I still don't like the corny little dance he did at the end of the game last week, but he's limited his corniness, so it's working out for him. Mike Tomlin's kind of reeled him in a little bit, I guess, but it's going to be an exciting game, division rivalry. I'm looking forward to it. This is definitely going to be the best game of the weekend.
yeah, I mean, I
I'm glad I
would
got it
be
first.
I would be hammering starting Pat Fryermuth in
Mm.
in leagues where you don't have like any other option at tight end because Russell Wilson leans on his tight end when he's playing well. He might not have had a touchdown. I don't. Did Fryermuth had a touchdown? Yeah, Fryermuth had a touchdown.
Are you sure?
I
He
thought
had one
so.
on tight end day, but that was 2 weeks ago, not last week.
Oh, okay. Well, regardless, he's gonna get a decent chunk of yards. I think like hovering around 50 a game, at least with Russell Wilson at the helm. So
Start him.
start him.
Fordham.
Notice that anytime after they've either lost a game or they've played the Bengals, the very next week, they play a very close game. They
Mm-hmm.
did take those two losses back to back at the beginning of the season, and they played the Bengals. They did get past the commies, but it was a very tight game the whole way. And then you've also got the cringiness from Russell Wilson. Who knows if the cringiness will catch up with Russell Wilson, or will the Ravens continue to kind of play after closely after very tough games or losses. I think that's a toss up kind of either way. Both these teams looking really good right
Yeah, I do. I do have a bet on Only Cowards Take the Under in this game, and it is due to the fact that these two teams play in the AFC North and they play each other tough as shit. Expect nothing less in this one. I bet is it in
in
Baltimore?
Baltimore.
That's turning into a
Emo.
hard place to fucking play, dude. They get loud in there. They get loud. Obviously, it's no Arrowhead, of course. Not saying that. But it's fucking loud and it's climbing. It's starting to people are showing up, they're getting loud and everything. They still got the band. So that's playing in there. You can hear them playing. So I just think man, I don't know. I don't know if the Steelers win, but they just it feels like something up. The spread's only 3.
Patrick Queen
So
revenge game. Does he go off for the defense?
I
yeah,
think he
maybe.
does. I think he has a lot of tackles. I think he does have a. I think he leads the Steelers in tackles, but that's not saying a whole lot at being the position that he plays. He probably does that regularly. I haven't paid attention enough, but it's Patrick Queen 10 plus tackle day.
Force any turnovers?
Maybe. I think he's going to
Intercept?
be on. I think he's going to be on Lamar's ass.
Dude, what I can see in this game though is like Russell Wilson not being super successful early and possibly getting pulled. Like, do you think Mike Tomlin's going to be that quick
No.
with the trigger? Like, if they
No.
get into like a fucking
No,
like if they get down like at halftime or like into the third quarter and
I
nothing's
don't.
happening, he's thrown
I
like a
think
pick or two. Like, do you think he just yanks his ass and it's like, all right,
he'll put Justin in for a play or two just to get like a run in or something, but Russ is going to be in most majority of the game.
I think
I,
there's
I
a
think it would
big
take something pretty drastic for that to happen. He's put a lot of faith into Russell, like holding out that Russ is the QB1 through Justin Fields' success. Like I don't think that's something that happens mid game. I think that's something that would happen after a game. But sorry to cut you off, Tybo.
You're good. You're good. I think there's a big piece that everyone here is kind of missing. We're all really hung up on Russell Wilson and what he can do. What can this passing game do with some of the weapons that they have or kind of been inefficient at? Nobody's talking about Najee Harris quietly having a
And Jalen
fantastic
Warren, for
season.
that matter.
And Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
Their rush
Yeah.
game's been great.
Well, and Russ has been
Najee,
hitting Pickens a lot too, right?
We've all been talking about George though.
Yeah, I
He's
mean
everybody's
been
been
everyone
George,
has,
talking.
but
George.
Nobody's
still,
been
I
talking
mean, we
about
still haven't
Najee.
we haven't even talked about him really either though too. Like he's like that's the thing. So
Najee's sitting at 157 carries, 645 yards. That's 4 yards per carry with 3 touchdowns. He doesn't get enough touches down there on the goal line. But one thing that's been a criticism of Najee Harris over his career is he doesn't run. And it was kind of the same thing with Derrick Henry's beginning of his career. Is they don't Najee doesn't run with enough like piss and vinegar. He's not running out to take somebody's head off. He's not trying to fight through dudes with how big and how strong he is. And this season, that's been I feel like from when I'm watching him, he's out there running with a little bit more tenacity or a little bit more violence every time that his foot hits the ground as he's
Oh, okay.
just trying to
I see.
rip
I
through
see what you're
somebody.
saying. I
yeah,
I
about him.
necessarily speak on his like previous tape or
I,
anything
I
like that.
honestly
But
think it's
Yeah.
because the Steelers have a little bit better offensive line this year.
That could
That's
be
that's
it,
probably a big
both
piece
honestly.
of it.
both Jalen Warren and Najee Harris are running pretty like violently this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are like
Yeah.
thunder and thunder in Pittsburgh right
Could
now.
be like
It's-
the offensive line. Maybe there's like a new maybe there's a new running backs coach in Pittsburgh or
Arthur
something like
Smith.
that.
Well, they do have a
It's
new
Arthur Smith.
offensive coordinator at Arthur Smith.
I didn't say offensive coordinator. I said running backs coach. I said, like there could be someone even deeper that could be helping as well.
that is.
Um,
I mean, Mike Tomlin is always had part of that in his game or repertoire or like the influence on the team as far as like how he
attitude,
well
like a team's
but
attitude and
how
everything
he
like that.
influences the offense, whether or not he's like directly he doesn't
Mhm.
directly call plays, but like that's it's been part of Mike Tomlin run teams for quite some time.
How many touchdowns does he have this year, Ty Bob?
He's got 3 touchdowns this year. He is on pace
See,
for
he just doesn't score a lot, which like I love Najee
He's
Harris.
had to-
He's great
just-
outside the red zone.
Yeah,
He's had
he
to
is.
deal
He's a
with
running back
Justin
that's going to
Fields
get
as his
you there.
quarterback for half the season right now.
that was it. Justin Fields does
was
have
stealing-
5 rushing
stole-
touchdowns.
Yeah, Justin Fields stole some rushing touchdowns in especially in goal line situations.
But
and
but
Najee
I'll give you
Harris
this.
is not a home run hitter right now. Like Najee Harris is slow. Like Najee Harris doesn't have
He'll
like,
get you 10.
Najee
won't get
Harris
much
is
more.
very comparable to like Kareem Hunt right now. Like he's not breaking off anything huge. He's not making a whole lot of people miss if they're not running through somebody. Like he's he's not.
I'll give you
like,
this.
he's
I mean,
not great in
Najee's
the open field.
pretty like he's younger than Kareem, right?
Yeah, he's only
By
spent this is
a
his
little bit.
4th year in the league.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say.
far
But
in his
he was
career,
already
he's
looking
only
slow
had
last year. He's not like fast. He's not.
He wasn't
far in
known
his
to be like
career-
he's a power back. I feel like.
that's what they expect him to be. But again, he started
Yeah.
off his career very much like the way that Derrick Henry started his off, in the way that they're not trying to run through somebody's face. It's not very violent in the way that they're running. But he has started to pick that up here in year 4. One thing is for sure, he is being slept on, and I have been a
Maybe the
big
Steelers
piece
were
of
like,
that
"Look,
the last
fucking
couple years.
figure it out, or we'll find someone else."
He's on pace right now to have a 4th year in a row of 1,000 yards rushing.
Yeah.
and he's on pace to get 300 plus attempts, which has only happened in his career one other time when he was rookie. And he also had 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns that year. So Najee Harris being slept on very much so in this offense. Everybody wants to talk about what happens with Russ and at the quarterback position. Everybody wants to talk about what's going on with George Pickens and the defense. Somebody that they're not talking about is Najee
George
Harris, and
Pickens is going to do something funny again in
he's
this
going to
game.
do something
George.
hilarious.
He's going to put
do
something
He always
up
does.
that makes people laugh. So
He's
Najee is going to be the hero of this game.
Pickens is almost as automatic as Levis.
and we're talking about all the weapons on the Steelers offense. Like they're going to have to capitalize against every
Yeah, the
weapon.
Baltimore people are going to be pissed. We
Yeah,
haven't
for
talked
every
about Baltimore at all.
well, for every weapon that we're talking about on the Steelers offensive side of the
Yeah.
ball, like the Ravens have
The Ravens have an answer.
more.
You've got an
playmakers.
MVP at quarterback. You've got a solid offensive line. Derrick Henry, like
Derrick
everybody's
Henry's
talked
gonna have
so
a big
much.
day in this game.
You
Yeah.
think, dude?
Do you
I
think
think he's
Derrick
gonna have
Henry and Deontay Johnson are going to have a big game?
Deontay Johnson just for the revenge factor. Derrick Henry because he's gonna get the ball in the red zone and score some touchdowns. He'll break
Is
Deontay
Roquan
Johnson's
Smith
gonna be
healthy?
locked up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's a game to watch right there. Watch Roquan Smith try and tackle Derrick Henry. That's a fucking that's
Deontay
that's
Johnson's
gonna be
not
fun to
doing it.
watch.
Let's be honest. Mike Tomlin is not letting. If anybody, he'll let everyone else on the Ravens team get 1,000 yards in this game.
Not him.
He's not letting.
Breakout game. Breakout
Deontay
game.
Johnson isn't getting a single yard.
Oh, we want to put a bet
He's
on
getting.
that?
They will
Ravens
triple.
receiving
cover.
Wait. Didn't
Hey,
Deontay
$5
Johnson come
bet.
from
$5 bet here.
Carolina?
From
Well, he
Pittsburgh.
originally came from Pittsburgh.
Did he ever play
Carolina
Carolina?
now.
I don't know. This is like a quasi revenge game.
This is his first time against Pittsburgh.
I don't think I'm kind of with
NCAA.
Ty Bob here, dude. I don't think Mike Tomlin's gonna let him fucking. Yeah.
No, he's gonna go off.